Good afternoon, Sugarcube.
Good afternoon. We have coffee. Yay. Mm-hmm.
Sippy.
Mm-hmm. Today, on the menu, I have the sugar cookie almond milk latte because they finally have almond and oat milk.
Yeah, I got the same thing but with oat milk instead because Lacey said it was also good and I prefer it.
These are so good. We have coffee. We have a soda for afterwards.
Yeah, the pop is on standby.
Yes, the vibes immaculate.
It feels like fall out today, you guys, and we can see the yellow leaves in our backyard, and it's so pretty.
I really think that Taylor Swift is just magical, and the only reason why we're feeling such fall vibes is because of Red.
We are recording on Friday the 12th, the day everything was releasing, so we have not seen the 10-minute All Too Well short film.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
We're anxiously awaiting Dylan O'Brien. I'm so excited.
You know what I'm obsessed with?
What?
The fact that I'm getting like my tattoo on the day that all of this is happening, and like it was moved a week up, so I couldn't have even planned that if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna remember now.
Yeah, remember it all too well.
All too well.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
The 10-minute Okay, so I told Autumn this earlier. When I listened to it first, I didn't really know how to feel because I liked the lyrics, but I wasn't sure about the song itself. However, it's growing on me a lot.
Yeah.
I'm ready to listen to it again, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we should listen to the 10-minute version together in the car afterward.
Oh my god, yeah. The only bad thing, this is what I was thinking on the way to pick you up. The bad thing, so I picked her up at work, which is at her college, and it's like a 30-minute drive, so now I'm like, if I choose to listen to All Too Well, I always want to listen to it at least more than once because the first time you sing it, the second time you appreciate it, but now I'm like, with this 10-minute version, I can only listen to it like 3 times. I can't really get in a lot of songs.
See, every time I listen to All Too Well, I just want to belt it. But like right now I'm trying not to even sing the parts I know because I'm trying to listen and appreciate the new lyrics and how they interact with the old ones.
Let me say, when I listened to it and I heard like the first new lyric where she's like, fuck the patriarchy.
Oh my god, I about shot myself.
I literally looked at Cross like, did you hear that? Did you hear what I heard? It was crazy.
Obsessed.
Literally. And, you know, I find the original song very comforting, so I'm excited for the new one.
Which is funny that you mentioned that because I was going to connect the album to today's topic.
Yes, today. What are we talking about?
We are talking about all things that comfort us, from books, TV shows, movies. We can talk music.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be pretty all over the place with this one just because we share a couple things, but probably most of it's going to be different.
And honestly, like, if there's any other things that you think of, like, just ask away.
Yeah, I even was like, comfort people. Like, are there people, like, and I mean besides, like, Cross and your mom. Like, besides those two. Yeah. Because those are obvious, like, but do you ever just have someone in your life?
That's a comforting
Yeah.
person. Yes, I do.
Let's start with that.
One of the most comforting people to me, I don't know if she's been listening to the podcast, but Chelsea, one of my friends.
If she's listening to this, girl, we've been saying we're going to meet each other for like 2 years, and we have not, and I want to meet her.
Chelsea is such a comforting person to be around. She makes me feel seen. She makes me feel so normal. So she's someone in my personal life, but as for other people, I mentioned this to you a little bit ago, but my favorite podcasters, shout out to Chatty Broads. We love not only Becca and Jess, but Evan and Gray.
We love them.
Love.
I feel more comforted by the guys, but you've also been listening to them longer than I have, and it makes sense for you.
They're such comfort people to me. And honestly, just podcasters in general. So other podcasts I listen to, The Sesh with Kendall and Janelle. They're comforting. Directionally Challenged with Candace and Kayla. That's comforting. Any podcast, I think, because it is intimate because you can't see them, so you just hear their voice, and I think that's like an intimate thing.
No, and I get that. As for me, boyfriend, mom, the usual. This is not going to surprise anyone. My best friend Mandy, like, I don't think it has to be your best friend that makes you feel comforted, but she just does. Like, we're always so calm, and like, I like her energy, and I like feel like she's comfortable around me, and she's not like that with a lot of people, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then you kind of said like podcasts, so here's my dork coming out, but I really enjoy watching like certain streamers like YouTube videos, and it just makes me feel very calm, and I feel like and comforted. We're gonna say that word a lot.
Ooh, I have a question. Who's your comfort YouTuber?
Okay, I'm gonna go besides gaming and go something else. Do you know who Amanda Rachel Lee is? She does bullet journaling.
She sounds so familiar.
So Amanda Rachel Lee, she makes her own like little doodle journals like that she releases and everything. But I love just watching her monthly like plan with me, and she'll just like doodle in her bullet journal, and I just love hearing her talk while she does it. And like, she's so cute. Cute artist, and she's very transparent about her mental health and everything, and I just really like when I read the comments. It's such a welcoming community, and she's just someone that I don't watch constantly, but I'll find myself going back to a lot.
And I feel like since bullet journaling can be satisfying, it's also that's comforting.
Yeah, and I just love at the end of every bullet journaling one, she'll show people who recreated last month's. Oh my god, there was one month and she did Olivia Rodrigo themed.
Ooh.
So it was very composition book styled with all the stickers. So sometimes she'll do more artsy stuff like that. I'm trying to think of what art style it is, but it's like where you make stamps and you layer the stamps over each other with different colors to create new images, and it's a certain art style from a little while ago. And she did a whole theme like that, and she made her own stamps. And it was like, she's just amazing.
Yeah.
And it was just, I love seeing how creative she is. I don't know. It's just, who's yours?
Okay, so one of my favorite kind of YouTube videos to watch is when people will watch something and do commentary on it.
Oh my god.
So, shout out to two specific commentary YouTubers. The first one is Your Internet Mom Ash. That's her username. Love her. She's so comforting. She's a Scorpio. Love her. She does a lot of commentary on movies that I love. Like, She's the Man. She did it to the Marvel films. Like, love. And then Dylan is in Trouble. He's another one. He's so fun. And he reminds me a lot of Cross. Like, his personality.
Yeah.
Not looks. Well, I guess you could say looks and the fact that they're both really tall and, like... If I showed you a picture, you would probably get what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely them two.
Another person, actually, I just thought of that I think you might agree with me with because we talk about her so much.
Yes.
Hannah Elise is so comforting. I think it is because she's... like 1-2 years ahead of like us, like school wise, so she just graduated. But like we kind of got to grow with her because I watched her like all throughout high school.
I know, I watched her when she actually went to college
at Temple.
Yeah, before she transferred.
That's where she went to Temple, right? I watched some other people that went to Temple, so I could be wrong about that. But when I watched her when she was still at her other school, and I watched her become like a transfer student. And then now she moved to New York. I haven't watched that video yet, but I saw it and I'm so happy for her.
The thing that I love about her is her videos are mostly vlog style, but they're so satisfying. The editing is so well done, and she motivates the hell out of me.
Oh, me too.
Like, sometimes if I'm bored at work, I'll put on a video, and a lot of times it will be Hannah's. And I swear, after I see her do shit, I'm like, damn, I need to work harder.
Yeah, I'll do my homework.
But it's also, it's like in a comforting way and not in a way where I'm feeling bad about myself.
Yeah, like you're like, oh my god, she's being so productive and I'm not.
Yeah.
And oh my god, her cleaning her room every video, I feel so seen.
Oh my god, no, the one most comforting thing that she says is, I'm sweating.
Oh my
like,
God.
Me too. Every moment of my life, guys. I'm one of those anxious sweaters.
Oh my God.
So, or I don't even know if it's an anxiety thing, because a lot of times I'll feel fine and then I'll be like, oh, okay. So I love her. She's great.
Yeah. Funny story about sweating that happened yesterday. So you definitely haven't heard this. So I'm sitting on the 4th floor of CAB, waiting for my club meeting. And this class releases, and I know it's a gen ed because I know what classroom they were coming from. And there was no way they would have been in the liberal arts building. There's just no way. And I don't know if you've ever taken CAF stairs, but they're disgusting and I hate them.
Yeah.
Especially going all the way up. But the elevator gives me such a headache, so I opt out a lot of times. And this guy's like, bro, by the 3rd floor, I'm like sweating. He was such like a Chad bro frat boy. Bro. And I could not handle it.
On one hand, I'm like, Chris S. Him being like,
no, like, oh my God, there's so many people from my high school that come to mind that I can't compare them to for you. No, he was like wearing a jersey over his sweatshirt.
Okay.
And his hair was like all pushed up, like,
okay.
Yeah, if that, yeah.
Okay.
Also, if you're hearing that loud noise, it's windy out, and that's just our sign hitting our front door, so we're sorry.
Yeah. But
what do you want to talk about next?
Okay. Let's talk TV. Or just like series.
Okay. We're gonna differ a lot in this because I find a lot of comfort in animated series and animated shows, movies too.
And mine are more like teen dramas.
Yeah, and Lacey gets a little uncomfy with
animation.
Certain animation styles. So we're gonna differ a lot there.
And guys, it's not just an anime thing, it's also like Disney.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network, like a lot of cartoons. It's not just anime. I can watch some anime.
No, and you can handle you like certain ones even, I would say.
I grew up on The Last Airbender, so
I love The Last Airbender. That's not on my list because I haven't finished it recently, but it probably will be because I want to watch Legend of Korra because I've never seen it. So I'm gonna have quite a few kids shows, and I don't care. You guys, I don't care. I'm done pretending like I don't like children's shows.
Speaking of children's shows, okay, I have one question. What was your comfort Disney Channel show?
Growing up,
I have one.
There was a lot.
My number one comfort show on Disney was Good Luck Charlie.
Ooh, I respect you, but
that was a comfort.
I don't know. Teddy was too cringy for me.
She was cringy, but the show in general, I just loved.
Yeah, I like the idea of a big family because I don't come from one, so that was kind of nice to see. Baby. Also, I love Bridget Mendler as a singer. I like her more as a singer than an actress, which is rare for me because, like, I prefer Selena. No, I prefer Selena as an actress. Actually, maybe I'm lying. I prefer most people. No, I was right with what I was saying. I prefer Bridget as a singer and prefer like Selena as an actress.
Yeah,
I was right. I'm stupid.
Yeah. Do you have any? Okay, so think of a show and then think of like a Disney Channel movie.
Okay, what I will say currently, I still think of Girl Meets World as a very comfort.
Oh my God, yes!
But I didn't grow up with that, so I wouldn't have considered it mine growing up.
Little T on Lacey, I used to write fan fiction for
Oh my
the
God,
show.
you did not.
Okay, and it's not in a creepy way. I was like 14, 15, so it's not like I was over 18 writing about them. No, I wrote fan fiction on Tumblr. My Tumblr was called Huckleberry's Pancake for a bit.
I hope someone's like, oh my God, she wrote all that stuff I read when I was a teenager. That'd be so funny.
Y'all, it was good shit. Okay, I had multiple chapters. I had build up, slow burn. This is what I would do. And my mom would be like, what are you doing? And I would just be like, oh,
nothing.
I never wrote any smut, so like... Yeah. It was respectable. They were still underage.
Yeah, it was, well,
love that
Peyton's
show.
Not respectable anymore, but we're not going to get into him.
He's married now.
That's not all he is now.
Anyway, child.
Anyway.
But yeah, so Girl Meets World, good choice.
For now, like, for me now. I'm trying to think when I was younger.
I think it's funny because freshman year, my roommate, she would put on Girl Meets World randomly. And so did you. So every person I've lived with.
It's comforting.
Boy Meets World was really comforting to me when I was younger.
I haven't seen too much of it, but no, like what I've seen, I watch it on TikTok. I'll watch full episodes on TikTok sometimes. Like,
it's so
crazy.
Good. It was, because it used to be on at like 6 in the morning when I would go to my grandma's because my mom had work. And so I would like sit and watch it. That and Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. As far as DComs though, so the original movies, I really liked all the ones that would play at like 12 or 1 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So like the one that immediately comes to mind is Cadet Kelly. Maybe it's because I'm a little gay.
Oh my god.
But maybe because I'm a little gay.
Gay. They understood the assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
oh my god,
one.
Life with Derek was such a comfort show. I liked the late nights.
You didn't mention that.
I forgot about it. So I was very much I'm a watch Disney all night, late nights. So that makes sense.
Okay.
Ooh, sorry.
I'm gonna have one more Disney show to mention after I say my movie. But my Disney show is gonna tie into other shows. Okay. But as for a movie, okay. One that I liked that wasn't super popular was called The Ultimate Christmas Present. And they would play it every year around Christmas, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom and I would watch that movie every year. Every year it played. It was so good. But then there was also 2 other ones that I really liked were The Color of Friendship. Such a good movie.
Oh, that one was so good. I don't remember it that well though.
So good. Loved that one. And then I also loved 16 Wishes a lot.
I liked Minutemen a lot.
Holy shit, that was so weird.
Oh my god, I can't believe
That was creepy.
That was terrifying.
That was really weird.
That was actually that was okay, like we've mentioned before, we don't talk about this stuff before. We just know, like, and especially with Disney, we don't really talk about Disney too much.
No.
We talk about Marvel a lot, but like that's not Disney.
No. Yeah. Wow. Minutemen is so good.
I had something else to say before you used your TV show to transition, but now I can't remember it. So if it pops up, I'll bring it up. But
okay.
I can't remember.
So another show I loved. It was a movie first, and then they started a show.
Is it? Wait, what is it?
My Babysitter's a Vampire.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Even Stevens, and I was like, yes, that movie was a comfort movie.
That was a good movie.
Love that show. Love that movie. Everything.
That show,
immaculate.
I promise you, it is the blueprint for Teen Wolf.
Oh, it has to be.
It confirmed. Benny is Styles.
Was Teen Wolf not first?
Teen Wolf was 2011. I thought maybe Babysitter's a Vampire was like...
No, it was earlier because that was definitely like 8 simping over Benny.
Yeah.
And Ethan, honestly.
Oh my god.
And Erica.
Speaking of like Supernatural, real quick, another Disney original movie that I loved was Mostly Ghostly.
The first one though, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I thought that guy was so cute.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
No reason.
He slapped. But yeah, My Babysitter's a Vampire. Love. And it's no wonder that I loved that and then I ended up being obsessed with Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
I need to rewatch it. Everyone in my life is like rewatching that show right now. And like I feel like I'm finally able to sit down and watch TV shows. I just don't have time.
Yeah, that's my thing. I actually tried to rewatch it early or like mid-September. And I rewatched the first episode. Still loved it. Didn't even find it like super cringy, to be honest. I still loved it. But I just don't have time to really sit down and watch a series unless it's like one season on Netflix.
Yeah. So here's my thing with Teen Wolf. And this has happened to me with so many shows. I'll really not like one of the main characters and I'll let it ruin the whole show for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember you telling me how you feel. I hate Allison.
I love her.
No.
Love her.
No,
Yep.
She is horrible.
Here's the thing, though. As I've grown older and I look at the shows and stuff that I like, or movies, Your girl loves tragedy. I was telling my coworkers yesterday, I love a tragic ending. So
I am a tragic ending. I want some happiness. I want some
the
happiness.
fact that she died, that's, yeah, she dies in his arms, and she literally
What
says,
season is that?
Season 3, episode 23. She dies in Scott's arms because she gets stabbed by
Damn.
a thing. So Styles was possessed, and he had like these things that he could control. One of them stabs her. She dies in Scott's arms, and she literally says, well, he tries to take her pain because he can take pain because he's a wolf, but he can't take it. And she goes, it's because it doesn't hurt anymore. Because she's just like numb. And then she was like, it's okay. I'm in the arms of my first love, the first person I ever loved, the person I'll always love. And then she dies.
Maybe I will watch it. Don't watch that bitch die.
In his arms.
No, that's so tragic, but
I love a tragic ending. If you look at some of my favorite TV couples, most of them didn't end up together.
yeah.
Most of them are tragic. Stefan and Elena, tragic. Brooke and Lucas from One Tree Hill, tragic.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every couple I've liked.
And you're a Rory Jess girl, right?
Yep.
Tragic.
Except
Jess deserves better, but I don't even need to finish the show to know that. See, I'm really bad about not finishing shows once I get pissed off about something. Or I tell someone that really likes the show that I'm watching it, and they either spoil it or they just always ask me where I'm at, or just then I feel pressured to watch it at a certain pace, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of like dying in arms, so in tragic, on the OC,
I want to watch that.
Those 4 main characters are so similar to the main 4 from Teen Wolf. And actually, at the end of season 3 on the OC, one of the characters dies in a person's arms.
Wow.
First love thing, I guess. And I love them together, so.
They're trying to tell us something about first loves, and you know what? They're right. Metaphorically dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the OC is my number 1 comfort show, that and Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned, I love like drama series. So
we're going to talk about children's animated series for a quick second. So sorry. Oh my god. I feel like anyone who's on the same side of TikToks as me is going to be like living, and anyone who's not is going to be like, what is wrong with this girl? So my 2 main comfort ones in this genre is Miraculous Ladybug, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. And
so good.
It's so good. I've literally gotten everyone in my life to watch it.
Yes. And
it's
guys,
a cult.
This is one animation show that doesn't scare me.
Yeah. No, it's so good, and if you start watching it and you feel like it's cringy, just get through it, because the beginning of the 4th season, they actually they're making it more curated for like young adults, because that's more of the viewers now.
Yeah, I can tell. I watched another episode actually the day before, Wednesday, after we talked about it.
Yeah.
And I can tell.
Yeah.
Which makes me love it more.
Because it's becoming more drama-y, which is what you like.
Yeah, because I thought about going back and rewatching the whole thing just to throw on when I'm doing something.
I might do that because I've been needing something, and I've seen the first 3 seasons so many times already.
Yeah.
Very quick watch. It's good to put on the background. And if you're having like children, just make them obsessed with it. I saw one of my nieces, quote unquote, not my actual niece, but she's basically a niece. She dressed up as Ladybug for Halloween, and I didn't even know she watched that show. Did I not show you? She was so cute, because and I was like, is she just dressed up as a Ladybug? But someone said, where's her mask? And I was like,
you'll have to show me when we're done.
No, I'll have to find it. She's the cutest. And then the second one it's a Netflix original, and it's they're not making any more seasons. It was like when they set out to create it, they're like, it's gonna be this long, and that's how long it was, and it's perfect. She-Ra, Princess of Power. This show's gay as hell. There's so many gay people, and I love it. But also the storyline is just there. I don't know how you would feel about the animation. I'm not saying you should go watch it. I kind of...
You've watched it in front of me and I like it.
You didn't... Okay, yeah, you didn't mention being creeped out. I also like the... I don't know. It's just very good. I don't know what it is. It makes me feel, like, safe.
I liked... From what I had seen of it, I liked it because it was very... Like, the colors were pretty.
Oh my god, no. Like, the coloring of the show. Like, you go from, the, like, very dark, evil part of the planet, of Etheria. And then you have the very, like, colorful part where all the princesses live. And all the princesses have, like, different powers. And I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the main girl, I won't say too much, but the main girl worked or was a member of the Horde. Yeah, sorry, it's been a while since I've watched it. But it was a member of the Horde, which is the evil place, and she grew up there. So she had all these evil views of these princesses. And then she finds the sword in, like, the woods. And when she picks it up, she becomes She-Ra. So, what is her name?
Oh my god.
Her name's not She-Ra, but when she grabs the sword, she becomes She-Ra, and everyone thought She-Ra was like a myth, but she's actually a part of a prophecy to save Etheria, or so they thought. It's like there's a huge twist in it. It's like, it's so good. It's so dramatic.
You said sword. I'm ready.
Oh my god! So you know how Miraculous has like the transitions once they like put their costumes on?
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing when she does the sword. She like holds it up, and she becomes like 8-9 foot tall, and like huge, like long pony. She just looks like a badass.
Mm-hmm.
She just looks like a badass.
Love it.
No, it's so comforting to me. Animated movie wise, Inside Out is my comfort cry movie.
Oh my god! Speaking of, on my way to work yesterday, I saw a stuffed, like the sad one.
Sadness.
Just on the,
That's
on the road.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hello.
That's Phyllis from The Office. She voices Sadness.
I don't know the Office people.
Yeah. I don't know what else she's in. But I always think that's funny because I hear it. And then Mindy Calling.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, she's discussed, obviously. And then, oh my god, she's in Wreck-It Ralph too. She's Taffeta. She's comforting. She's a comforting bitch.
Speaking of, she's an amazing writer.
She is.
Never Have I Ever is a comfort show.
Did she write that?
Yep.
She wrote a lot of the episodes of The Office. She's actually married to the guy her character was dating on The Office, I think.
She is coming out with a show on HBO that I'm really excited about because I love Never Have I Ever.
Yeah, it's so good.
And this show looks so cringy, but I'm like,
would you consider Never Have I Ever a comfort show?
Yes. For
really?
Me. There's something about it that's comforting.
See, I feel like Never Have I Ever, for me, it's just like I watch each season once and I'm like, fine.
I could rewatch it.
I could maybe rewatch, what are we on, the second season? Like, that's out, or the third? Okay, I could probably rewatch the second season, but I hated Davey too much the first season.
Fair. Valid.
I like Davey in the second season, though. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't always wait for the characters to develop because sometimes these writers taking too fucking long to make me like them.
Fair.
Or, like, I'm supposed to like them and everyone else likes them and I don't understand.
You want to know what's heartbreaking is when you rewatch a show and then you end up not like, or like seeing how problematic
your faves were. Yeah.
But.
Traumatizing.
Okay. So you mentioned swords. And I just finished rewatching Harry Potter yesterday.
Those are on my list, too.
Those are comfort movies.
Those are, like, cozy. Those are the comforting of comfort.
Cozy vibes, and...
They make me feel every emotion, and for some reason, that's comforting.
I cried so much this time around. And, okay, so when I watched them with you and Lauren the first time...
Mm-hmm.
I had told you guys that I thought the earlier movies were better. However, this time around, I enjoyed the later ones more.
Yeah.
My favorite is still Order of Phoenix, but my second favorite is now Half-Blood Prince, and I did not like that movie the first time I watched it. And you should feel good about this, because this time around, I have so much sympathy for Draco.
As you should.
Like,
and that's funny.
Scared little boy, like.
Yeah. He didn't want any of that. Yeah. Oh my god. So, do you hear that wind? Oh my god, I hear it in the mic. Oh my god, that's funny. I think they just filmed Cursed Child with all the original actors because they're all the appropriate age.
I saw a picture of Jenny.
I saw Jenny. She said just filmed something exciting, and then there was a picture of her with Rupert and Tom, and then one of the twins. And I was like, it's coming. And no, literally, I remember Daniel Radcliffe like a year or two ago saying he would be involved, but not if J.K. Rowling was, and I think that's iconic as fuck.
He's another, Harry as a character is another one I liked better the second time around. I feel like I understood him more, and I really felt for him.
Yeah, if they did refilm, I hope they gave Jenny a better writing for the movies, because she did not get her justice, and I really liked Jenny as a character. She was just boring in the movies.
I've never read the books.
I haven't either, but I've just heard she's better in the books.
I know, but I was going to say that I think she is such a boring character, and I hate her and Harry together, but I think it's just how she was written for the movie.
I also think with them, because Daniel liked Bonnie in real life, the actress who plays Jenny, it seemed like he was giving more than she was, and she wasn't.
I felt the opposite.
Really? Yeah. I felt like she was giving him nothing.
Well, I felt the opposite.
That's funny, because we both just recently rewatched it, too. I don't know, maybe we just feel opposite about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, she full kissed him while she was dating Dean in that one movie, though.
She took him to that room, and I was like...
We can leave that up here if you want to, and then disappears. I was like, what?
My Jenny.
Get it, girl. Get it. No, but it's so cute how she had a little crush on him for the first few movies, and then he was, like, crushing hard on her. I love that switch up. Like, it gave me everything I wanted of, like, kind of unrequited love, and also boy falling first, even though I know she technically had a crush on him first, but it felt like the actual love affair was him first.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I love watching Ron and Hermione.
Oh my god. I love when she's moody with him.
I love how frustrating it is for her that she does like him.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally same. It's so frustrating. Like, I remember the early days of Cross and I, and me trying to be like, no, he's just a friend. Like, it's so frustrating.
We knew, but I was trying not to push you.
Knew.
I done knew.
What's another comfort movie? And yes, guys, I opened my soda.
I was waiting for you. Another comfort movie. Let me pull up my list. I have a list on my phone. Oh, how have we not talked about Flipped?
Okay, I have things though. This was my favorite movie for so long.
I'm sorry.
So long. This was my favorite movie. I hardly mentioned it to anyone because it's not a super popular movie.
It's not.
It's getting way more popular now because it's on Netflix.
And TikTok?
And not to gatekeep, but y'all, I loved this. I saw this movie once it got put out on DVD. And I loved it. It came out in 2010 or 2011, one of the two. Watched it then, loved it. Rewatched it like 5 years ago again. Obsessed. It's so good. And the book is so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love.
I'm so protective over that movie.
No, and I just recently watched it, so I guess I'm a part of the problem. But you know what was the problem for me? Is that I watched it, and then it was like this huge TikTok thing, or like I saw a scene on TikTok before it was big, and it was just one scene, and then I watched it because I was looking for something to watch. And it really was off-putting to see a bunch of people our age, so like 2021, being like, no, y'all can't like him. I've liked him since I was 10. I was like, who our age has a crush on this man? I just like them two together. Like, I get if you liked him when you were that age, that's one thing. But who is watching this for the first time that's our age that has a crush on this man? That is problematic.
I thought he was cute.
Yeah, but you watched it when you were younger.
But on the same token, what about the people obsessing with Draco?
I liked him.
He's underage.
I liked him when I was younger.
I'm not just saying you, though. I'm saying anyone.
No. And
I can go with anything.
No. And I agree. And I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I am just... And also, I've completely gotten that, like, ick for people doing that with Draco. I regret...
Tom?
No, he's attractive as a man.
He grew up.
He
so
aged like fine wine. That's what being
nice.
unproblematic does.
You want to know? I feel like he changed the most out of all of them.
Yes.
Wise. And not in a bad way, y'all.
Daniel Radcliffe kind of out there, though.
I struggle with him. Because on one hand, I'm like, you ugly. But then on the other hand, I'm like, wait, you ugly hot.
Yeah, I was like, he's kind of ugly hot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate explaining that to Jalen. He thinks it's so offensive. And I'm like, it's not supposed to be.
No, it's a compliment.
That's the best thing to be.
Okay, another comfort movie, though. She's the man.
I knew you were going to say it.
She's the man. I've said this before, but if I had to watch any movie for the rest of my life, it would be that one because I never get tired of it. It's so good. And similar to that, one other movie that I love that's comforting is John Tucker Must Die.
Period.
Sophia Bush. Comfort person.
Yeah.
Her voice.
That's not Lexi from Vampire Diaries, is it?
No.
What is her name? I was pretty sure it wasn't, but I love...
Ariel Cabell.
She's so comforting. I don't know what it is.
She's in everything.
She's a girl's girl, too. Oh, not in that movie, she's not. Not in that movie, but...
But you still like her.
No, I still like her because I would have been her.
She's in so many movies. She's even in 50 Shades of Grey.
Is she really?
And now she's going to be in After. The third one.
For what?
She replaces Candace.
She's going to be playing the same girl?
Yeah. They replaced...
Why is Candace not back?
They even replaced the guy that plays Landon.
What is the point of watching this movie?
I know. I'm like, y'all are just doing a switcheroo with everyone? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Harry's going to be playing Hardin.
And okay, so I didn't, sorry to bring up Gilmore Girls again. I didn't watch it, but I'll watch some clips on, I didn't finish it, but I'll watch some clips on, TikTok sometimes. And I think it was, Where Are They Now, or whatever the Gilmore Girls thing is. And it was the clip of, I'm sure you watched it, I'm assuming, the Now, them older. Okay, so it was when Paris saw Tristan, but it wasn't Chad Michael Murray. I was like, why would you put the cameo there if you can't get him?
Tristan, number 2 character on that show, y'all.
I really liked Tristan when I was watching.
I loved him, and I was literally, because before I watched Gilmore Girls, I knew that Rory had 3 different love interests throughout the show, 3 main ones. And so I didn't expect Chad Michael Murray on the show in general. So then he pops up, and I'm like, hello?
Yeah.
And I loved his character so much, and I even looked up when I was watching it, do they date or anything? I was devastated. They should have had him come back and her end up with him.
I think they definitely would have dated if he didn't get One Tree Hill.
Yep. Hands down.
Yeah.
He was also up for the role, the main character on the OC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he...
No matter what, you were getting this man.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes. Okay. Love him, though. Ooh, another movie I love is Edge of 17. That's a comfort movie.
I have not seen that.
It is one of those movies that
Isn't it kind of cringy? Am I thinking of a different movie?
It can be. It depends on who you are. It's one of those movies that has no plot, and usually I don't go for that, but I love that movie. I think, honestly, don't get me wrong, I love Lady Bird, but Edge of 17 is a better version of that, in my opinion.
Interesting. I haven't seen either.
Yeah.
I have two. I'm gonna say the one, and then I'm gonna say the one I'm surprised we haven't talked about yet. The Princess Bride is such a comfort movie, and I don't like older films typically. Just because I feel like I'm used to the quality of the 21st century, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my god,
It is a good movie.
it's so good, and I don't know what it is. It's just so comforting to me.
It's one of Cross's comfort movies.
Yeah. So, and we haven't talked about Love Rosie.
Holy fuck!
Such a comfort movie.
That's one of those movies too that I can rewatch.
Over and over. I showed like 3 or 4 people that
Oh.
movie in the same week and watched it with them.
That's
Like-
another movie that you didn't like, and then you hadn't watched.
Yeah.
And then we were watching it, and you were like, "Oh wait, this is good. It's so good."
It's so good.
I
And
haven't read the book though.
I really appreciate you not making me feel bad because I can be stubborn to watch movies and you don't judge me
No,
once
that's
I
why
actually watch them.
Well, here's the thing though. I'm like, if we don't force her into watching it, maybe she will.
There's a tendency for a lot of people in my life to have strong opinions. For reference, just so you guys know why we're saying this, people try to get me to watch movies, and if someone tries to get me to watch a movie that I just think is overhyped or I feel forced to watch something, I just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with music, books, literally anything.
Valid.
Just because I should be able to make the decision by myself, and like if anyone doesn't know, I'll do that. Like, and people get so hurt about it for no reason. I'm like, why do you care if I'm not watching a movie?
Yeah. Love Rosie is so good.
No, it's so good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Actually, guys, fun fact too. Rosie is one of my favorite names.
It is.
Love it. Okay, what's your go-to comfort album?
Can I say one more movie?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've said a wide range, but for comedies, Scott Pilgrim versus the World is so, like, it's so amazing. I love Michael Cera. I think he's hilarious. And it's like kind of video game themed. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's very funny.
Okay. It just reminded me another comfort series would be American Pie.
I was debating on whether I should bring that up or not, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
I grew up
Love
on
those.
those, and I know that's probably not the best thing, and a lot of older people are gonna have some things to say about that.
Y'all, I watched that movie with my mother.
I used to watch them with my brother and my mom and like my whole family.
They're so good.
They're so good.
Now I want pie though.
I hate you.
Apple pie. Okay.
Albums. Let me pull up Spotify real fast.
Well, my go-to comfort album is Folklore. Such a comfort album for me.
Oh yeah. I'm that way with Evermore.
Yeah, fair.
We have our preferences. I like them both, but
I mean, I could go for either, honestly.
Yeah.
The go-to, if I had to, like, if I got in my car and put an album on, it would be Folklore.
yeah, I will say sometimes I do feel weirdly comforted by Sour. It just reminds me of a very good time in my life.
I think for me, I like it because I can get through it so easily, and like the songs, I love them.
Yeah, like they're all pretty good.
One other album that I adore is Tickets to My Downfall, Machine Gun Kelly. It's such a comfort album. I think it's mostly because Cross introduced it to me, and so I started listening to it a lot when we first got together. And then over the summer when we were both at our houses and like 5 hours apart, we would like talk about it. So that's just a comfort album for me.
Yeah, no, and I get that. I haven't listened to it, but maybe I'll have to give it a listen. I love, this is probably my biggest one and my most long running one, the 5 Seconds of Summer, like just 5 Seconds of Summer album, with like all their good songs on it.
Okay, that's funny that you mentioned that because I was just about to say any One Direction album.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Yeah. Oh, you're not gonna relate to this at all, because I was a little bit of a theater kid in high school, but the soundtrack specifically for Heathers the musical and Mean Girls the musical, just because they weren't too old school theater and they were more poppy and kind of like dynamic more so, they're also comforting. And I also Mean Girls I share with my best friend. We saw that on Broadway together. It was our first Broadway show, first time in New York. So that's like nostalgic for me. And then Heather's was the first musical I ever really liked. Now I'm not super into them, but I still will listen to those two occasionally. Like when I'm really down in my dumps and I just like need something.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. Whew.
Honestly, throw on the Twilight soundtrack and that's comforting to me.
Yeah. Oh my god. After Laughter's album Paramore's album After Laughter is so good. Melodrama by Lorde. Sorry. I used to have a lot of I used to listen to music a lot more than I do. I mean, I still do. It's just we're a Taylor Swift house, so we talk about Taylor a lot.
Well, also for me, I just don't I'm more of like a song girl than listening to an artist's albums.
Yeah, for the most part, I used to be more of an albums girl. I think that's why I have so many. But now I'm a playlist girl.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, I have my comfort, instead of an album, I have more of like a comfort genre, which is early alternative 2000s music.
Agreed.
Comfort. Comfort. Jimmy Eat World, Augustana, who else? The Fray. Oh my god, The Fray.
Avril Lavigne for me.
Avril. Yes, Avril. Yeah. So many. Buckcherry.
I like that style of music comfort wise, but also like kind of the complete opposite end. I love kind of like chill coffee shop pop. The one that comes to mind is Clairo's most recent album. It's super chill and I just like doing my homework to it, even if I don't like know all the lyrics in it. But like every song is just like a vibe, and it's like physically calming, I feel like.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like when coffee shops are playing like rock music or something. It gives me weird.
It doesn't fit the vibe. Didn't pass the vibe check.
It did not. I will be gatekeeping coffee shops for that shit.
You know what I think? I really hope that all day today, Starbucks is playing the new Red.
I hope the workers hate it. I hope they do.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Okay. What about, do you have any comfort books?
So, I figure you'll have more of these than I will because I'm not really, so I loved reading when I was younger and I haven't really been able to do it as much now, but just reading in general was very comforting to me, specifically YA novels. Even like
I only have like 2 specific books though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can think of a series that I thought was really comforting growing up, but then it's a trilogy. I don't know why I said series. It's a trilogy. And I was looking at the page count and I ruined the whole book for me looking at the last page, so then I didn't finish it because I knew how the main couple ended.
What series?
The Alice in Zombieland, which is weird because I was never into really kind of science fiction books, and it was kind of like that. Because so they would be like, only certain people could see these creatures, and those people became like zombie hunters. But I think the main guy's name was Cole, and he had jet black hair and purple eyes, and he was ripped, and he was toxic as hell, and I was in love with him. I was in love with that man. So what would happen, I would get grounded, and I would just she would take my phone, but I'd be like, can we go to the library? And my mom would just let me get a bunch of books. I was like, you're defeating the purpose of grounding me, because I'd rather not talk to people, and you're giving me a reason to not text people back and be on my phone and just read.
That's fair.
But I didn't reread books often. I feel like a lot of people, when they have comfort books, they do that.
Yeah, I reread the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy so much. So much. And now it's going to be a TV series, and I am so excited for it. But that is hands down my number one comfort book. It is a trilogy, but I usually, if I reread any from the trilogy, it's either the first or the third one because I don't care for the second one as much. But another comfort series growing up was The Click. There was like 12 books, and I read all of them. I had all of them.
Oh my god.
I loved those books. And there's also a movie, and that was a comfort movie growing up. It was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Do you have a comfort author? Because I do.
Sarah Dessen.
What does she write?
She writes YA contemporary. It's usually, okay, the books are usually focused on a girl who finds a romance and then has like a struggle.
Yeah.
That's usually like the basic plot. Like one of them, she was dealing with her dad's death, and then she like goes to this town and meets a guy like over the summer, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
They're so good though. They're really good. They're not just like cheesy romance. They actually like, one of them I really connected with because her sister had an eating disorder, and so it was just like her trying to cope with her sister going away, and then also like loving someone who's dealing with a mental illness. Like it,
Yeah.
they're so good.
Yeah. I'll have to read some of her stuff. I think this summer or like over winter, I'm gonna try to get more into reading if I have time. I want to read the Harry Potter books if I can, because then I can actually like not feel like someone's just gonna shut down my opinion because I'm a movie fan.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Screw you guys. My comfort author is Meg Cabot. She wrote The Princess Diaries.
Yes! Oh my god.
I didn't read The Princess
All
Diaries.
American Girl.
I don't think I read that one either. But I read like The Boy Next Door, and there was one about a lawyer, and they were all kind of interconnected. But there was a whole series of books she wrote, and they were, the only thing you were reading were emails, text messages, diary entries, and they are the best thing. They're so easy to read.
That's one of the reasons why I loved The Click, because a lot of, or not a lot of it, but like in the book she would put their text messages and stuff. It was so
love
fun.
that.
Or IMs.
Oh my god, yes! And it was like America Online.
Mm-hmm. Oh, iconic.
It was
Those
just,
are so good.
those are comforting to me. And she does the enemies to lover arc so well. That is her. Okay, yeah, maybe. And there was, what was it, like Teen Idol or something she wrote, and it was so good.
That one is so good.
Yeah. There's also this book. It's not by her, and I don't remember who it's by, and they definitely should not have had it in my school library, but it was called Diva. I don't know why that was called it, but like the book was surrounded this girl, and it's been since like the 8th grade since I read this. I just remember loving it. But this girl had been sexually assaulted by her ex, and like all this shit was going wrong in her life, and like it was just so good. I need to reread that as an adult because it was very good. And the love interest, spoiler alert, I think he ends up being gay, and like she would liked him this whole book, and then it kind of makes you think she's going to get back with the ex, and then she doesn't. I was like, I would have been so mad if she got back with her ex who sexually assaulted her. Like,
well, yeah. Damn.
It should not have been because, like, a lot of people probably saw that shit at home. I don't know. I just was, like, surprised. But also in the 5th grade, there was this book called Friction. It was a fiction book, but it called Friction, and I got it from one of my teachers, like, in their little classroom libraries, and it was so inappropriate. Like, they were, like, talking about full-on nudity and, like, these young children doing stuff. Like, it was very inappropriate. And I was just like, I mean, I know my school, we were all kind of perverted, even at a very young age, but, like, damn, I didn't need all that.
That's not helping.
And it was kind of like, the whole time I was reading the book, I was like, you could tell something's wrong. Like, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And, like, and the fact that I can even remember that, because I don't remember a lot about my childhood, but the fact that I remember that shows how it impacted me.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. So, but no, I like me some Meg Cabot. Back onto what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else?
Do you have any, like, comfort things?
Blankets. I have a lot of blankets.
Candles.
Mugs.
Fair.
Mugs are so comforting to me. So if people could stop hating me for buying mugs when I don't even drink coffee at home.
Ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to talk about comfort foods or no?
Yeah.
Okay, what are some of your comfort foods?
Uncrustables.
Same. I agree.
Spaghetti.
Agreed.
No meat. Spaghetti.
Yeah, agreed.
Even before I was a vegetarian. No meat spaghetti.
It's better.
Comforting.
It's
Garlic
better.
bread.
Comforting. What was I gonna say? Oh, kettle corn. Specifically, the one brand.
Boom Chicka Bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comforting.
For me, it would be caramel corn. That's comforting.
That was my grandpa's favorite.
So good.
Every time I talk about liking it, they say, "Oh, oh my God, do you know the little box candy and it's caramel corn and like peanuts?"
Jack.
Yeah, it's Jack something.
Jack in the Box or something?
No, it's something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that's comforting.
That is comforting. Another thing, I have too many favorites, so I'm not going to point out just one, but cereal at night.
At night, specifically.
Like, with milk, like eating cereal at night as like a dessert or like a second dessert.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes dinner.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good.
And it just reminds me of my mom. It reminds me of my grandma. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things.
Yeah. Smoothies. I think because more so what the memories I have with smoothies, like, reminds me of my grandma, because me and my grandma would make them. And then me and my best friend, and throughout high school, we'd always go and get smoothies. So
Ices for me.
Oh my God, Mandy would love you.
My grandma would always... Like, we would go to Burger King and get a Coke Icy. So good. Sometimes she would get cherry, though. But I was always a Coke Icy girl. And, it's just so comforting thinking about.
Me and Mandy go to Speedway all the time. She's a Mountain Dew slushy girl, and I'm a cherry slushy girl.
As you should.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys have that this year, but, UDF, the United Dairy Farmers, it's like a gas station / ice cream shop, but they have like shakes and malts that you can get, and specifically their like malts are comforting to me.
An Oreo Blizzard from Dairy Queen, comforting to me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my God, I know there's more.
Yeah.
I think this is comforting because I just like to eat it a lot, but for dinner I love like chicken, broccoli, rice, literally, or like that, or any type of stir fry. Me and my mom love stir fry.
I find sushi comforting now because it was one of those foods that I had wanted to try but never did, and then when I started dating Cross, I tried it with him, and now I eat it so much. So much. I love sushi. It's so good. Yeah. Just sweets in general are comforting to me too.
Oh, sweets. Ferrero Rochers, because they remind me of Christmas, because I get them every year on Christmas.
For me, my comfort candy bar, I don't know if it's my favorite now, but Reese's, just because I loved them when I was younger. They're so good.
I think for me, my equivalent to that would be Twix.
I love a Twix.
But
They're underrated.
I like to eat the caramel off the top and then eat the cookie with the chocolate.
See, I don't do that, but with my Kit Kats, I eat around the edge, eat the top, and then eat the bottom.
I do too.
Speaking of Kit Kats, okay, this might sound gross. Yesterday we found gingerbread cookie ones. No, they're so good.
I don't really like ginger.
I don't like gingerbread a lot, but they are so good.
Maybe I'll try it, but I don't know. I haven't been on that. Like, I have where I work, I put the candy out every morning for the students, and I just like, I think it makes me eat candy less, unless I'm like snacky. Then I'll grab some. But even then, I try to grab chips if we have them.
I mean, I don't eat candy a lot, but
no, I wasn't insinuating that you do. It's just I feel like I'm less in the mood for it, and especially because I used to have ice cream a lot. That sweets haven't been like the biggest thing on my brain.
I love good ice cream.
Donuts.
Yes. Pancakes.
Yeah, as of recent for me, bagels.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay.
We're saying bread.
Bread.
Essentially.
The bread
yeast.
aisle. Yeast. Okay, what's your comfort bagel flavor.
See, I just started liking them, and I had the blueberry one, and that was nice. But I just put butter on mine because I don't like cream cheese.
Mm-hmm. Mine, okay.
You like the everything bagel, right?
Everything bagel, very toasted, with avocado, or a cinnamon bagel with any type of cream cheese.
So if I got an everything bagel, I don't really know what that tastes like, but I assume it's more salty.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that would taste with Nutella on it?
So good.
Because I might grab some.
So good.
Oh my god.